Alright. March 23 scheduled update notice. Greetings, dear manager. The server will be maintenance, same times as usual, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. March the 23rd KST, Korean Standard Time. So that's that. New mini event, new highs attendance reward. So I think this is the first event of the game, right? From my understanding, it's the first event. The total amount of Enkerfallen spent on all contents, such as stages, dungeon, excavation, will be tallied, and various rewards will be provided after reaching set milestones. So just play the game, and you'll achieve rewards. Using an Enkerfallen module will count as 20 Enkerfallen used. Actions that don't usually spend Enkerfallen, such as assembling an Enkerfallen module, entering the mirrored dungeon for free with the daily entry, and simulated dungeon explorations will not count toward the tally. So it is the actual expenditure of the thing, of the Enkerfallen, in some way, shape, or form. You essentially losing the resource is the thing that only counts towards it. Creating a module, entering a free mirror dungeon does not count towards it, which is fair enough. Event period goes from the 23rd to the 6th of April, which I believe is that 2 weeks or is that one? I think that's 2 weeks. Yeah, that's 2 weeks. So it goes for 2 weeks. There are two sets of rewards that can be earned from the event, Part 1 and Part 2. Rewards for Part 2 can be redeemed after the 1st of April. Both parts use the same Enkerfallen tally for milestones. If you have spent enough Enkerfallen to reach milestones for Part 2 before it's unlocked, you can immediately claim the rewards after it. So don't be hesitant to spend your energy. Just go for it, right? Just absolutely blast it out and get all the milestones done. Part 1 final rewards: special decorative banner, deca-extraction ticket, deca extraction ticket. Jesus Christ. Part 2 final rewards: special decorative banner and guarantee. Oh, fuck! I can't read. Is decakestra? What the fuck is this word? Am I dumb? I don't know. But you get a 3-star guaranteed ticket, right? You can get yourself a guaranteed 3-star character. From my understanding, that's what this 3-star guarantee extraction ticket is. So that's that. That's page 1. So far, so good. Update contents. New target extraction, N-Corp. So extraction rates increase the following. So the one who grips Faust and N-Corp Kleinhammer Heathcliff. So 2 new characters. We had previously N-Corp Rodion and Mersault. Now this is the one who grips Faust and Heathcliff N-Corp. Both are going to be probably roughly the same kind of like concept. It's going to be, I think Faust introduces a new kind of mechanic, but they're going to be like bleed, nail kind of oriented characters usually. So that's kind of cool. I think the one who grips Faust is based around Chroma, who is a detestable woman, obviously. New identities and egos. The following identities and egos will be added to the list items available from extraction. So identity 3, the one who grips Faust. Identity 2, Kleinhammer Heathcliff. And ego, Ali Watchdog from, for Don Quixote rather. It's a he as well, so if you need that, I guess try to get that. As for what it does, do we have information on this one? I'm not too sure. But regardless, there will be more information obviously on Thursday. Changes to extra cost for Luxcavation. So, current iteration is as follows: Stage 1, 2, and 3, the energy cost. I think when we initially played this last week, I already made the statement that Enkerfallen costs way too much. Like, the Enkerfallen cost for this bullshit is fucking egregious. Holy shit. 40. You can barely do, like, 2 runs per day, unless you play at optimal time, so yeah. But that's being changed to, after update, the Experience Luxcavation for both Stage 1, 2, and 3 costs 2 modules, and then for Thread Luxcavation, it costs just 2 modules all the way. That's all it is, right? It just costs you 2 module per attempt. Is that better or worse? I can't tell, but essentially you can now build up. Right? You don't have to do it all at once. You can kind of build up, or you can use a reserve. I don't fucking know. I think it's still 20, isn't it? I can't remember how much, but it just costs Enkerfallen modules, which is a bit more in line with how the game already works, seeing as Mirror Dungeons already cost Enkerfallen modules. The only thing that actually costs raw Enkerfallen is the story progression. So I guess it's a bit more in line with how the game actually operates. It is better. Okay, the rates are better then. I've just been told the rates are better, so this is a positive. Rewards adjusted for XP Luxcavations 1 and 2. I think I did remember seeing this one, so it's like there's no bonuses anymore. So as for the amount of Enkerfallen spent is increased, rewards from stages 1 and 2 of the Experience Luxcavation will slightly increase as well. No changes will be made for the Thread in Thread Luxcavation. Unfortunate, I think I would have preferred it the other way around because the Thread Luxcavation is a bit more important, but I digress. The current iteration means, listen, there's a bunch of numbers that you have to read, but essentially, you get some amount of stuff, right? You get some amount of tickets. But after update, Stage 2 with bonus, yeah, you get 3 level 3 and you get 6 level 2. Stage 2 without bonus, that's a lot of numbers to read. Without stage 2 without bonus is 2 level 3 and 4 level 2. Stage 1 with bonus is 8 level 2 and 8 level 1. And then stage 1 without bonus is 6 level 2 and 4 level 1. Just a bunch of numbers, really. It doesn't actually... I don't think this will affect anything, to be quite frank with you. I genuinely don't believe this will do anything for anyone. Because I don't know who was complaining about the XP, personally. I found the XP part fine, but I guess if some people complained and it got changed, that it is what it is, right? I'm not like everyone in the community, so it is what it is. That is fine. On to page 3. There is system updates, major changes. The maximum amount of Encephalon modules one can possess is now capped at 999. I don't know who fucking got to that point, but fair enough. It is possible for the number of Encephalon modules owned to temporarily surpass 999 when modules acquired from mails, past rewards, events, and other sources. Fair enough. Combat system, resonance-based boost. Resonance now boosts the skill's offense/defense level rather than damage. Okay, I think that is, I believe, a fix. Good job. And then absolute resonance applies the highest level of the boost to all resonating skills in the chain. I believe that didn't... Oh, you know what? Fair enough. I swear I did feel like something wasn't working. Because I thought this was happening when I was doing absolute resonances, right? Because that's getting a skill chain of 5 of the same sin. But I was like, it doesn't feel like anything's happening. But now I guess it will be happening. Now you'll be getting the highest level of boost to all resonating skills in the thing. So getting a 5 chain of, let's say, Pride Sin skills, all of them are now being boosted instead of, I presume, the last one getting the highest level and then each one subsequently getting the lower level down. Now it's all of them get the highest level, which is, well, obviously not now, but on Thursday, rather. That's very good. They also released the new ID kits. We'll take a look at those after this. Combat systems, defense skill changes. Using defense skills in regular combat no longer skips the unit's action, and the skill now properly corresponds to the enemy skill. Great to hear that it actually works. Thank you. Defense skills can now redirect enemy skills in abnormality battles. Fair enough. Guard and evade skills now activate when the unit is about to be attacked by a skill that would otherwise result in a clash if they were not defending. Okay, this just seems like they're just fixing and making things actually work. A defending level has been added to guard and evade skills of all identities, is similar to offense levels for attack skills. Okay, they're just fixing how and giving more information. Fair enough. Adjusted power values of defense skills. Sure. Just made things slightly more defensive, like you can actually defend. When the defense skill's defending level is higher than the offensive level of the attacking skill, the defense skill's power is boosted. 1 power per 5 levels of difference. Fair enough. The better you are at defending, the better you will be at defending, is essentially what that just said. Growth for max health and defense level of identities changed to use the same formula. Okay, I believe that is a boost. Also, same formula as skill levels. Overall values increased by approximately 1 level. Okay. A unit's defense level reflects the defending level of the defense skill they last used. Yes, they just used the word defense and defense level many times. I understood. A unit's defense level reflects the defending level of the defense skill that they last used. Sure. Everything there summarized is that the game now will function slightly better when you try to use the things that you are able to use against the enemies that you were given by the characters that you now own. Is essentially what that said, is that the game now will start to function better. Combat system predicted skill value display. A skill's minimum and maximum damage values are now shown before targeting, when targeting with defense skills and performing an unopposed attack. Thank you. Thank you. This is pretty much fix. I don't want to act like this is like a standard and like bugs can't happen, but there are so many things that just don't function in the game that it really isn't making much sense as to why this is like this. Because I know, you know, the game could have been in beta a lot longer and fixed a lot of these things, but there are so many things that the game just doesn't have that function correctly or function at all. And I feel like reading some of the patch notes, that's all that I'm reading, is just, this now works. This now actually will perform as intended. Now this is gonna actually work. The game is actually functioning. Like, I think that's all I'm reading right now, and it's kind of weird. But I don't want to hinder the patch review. So combat system, Stagger thresholds of all identities adjusted to better suit their roles. So I'm assuming a more tanky one will have a higher stagger threshold, and a slightly squishier unit will have a lower stagger threshold. It's just more suited to what a character's role is. That's fair enough. On to the next page. Bug fixes and improvements. Fixed an issue where the regular extraction button couldn't be picked during a tutorial. Okay. Notices have been rearranged so that the newest one is placed at the top. Great one. The history tab in the mailbox now shows the most recent mail first. Fair enough. Fix an issue where using an enkephalon box in the inventory could not max out the count. That's definitely a good issue to fix. Should refund some energy probably, but fair enough. Added a subtitle text for the dialogue played at the end of the E for extracting a new identity or E.G.O. Okay. Fix an issue where abnormal data would be displayed in extraction history. Okay. Fix more UI errors. Animations for N-Corp, Mersalt, and N-Corp Rodion. Okay, just some animation fixes. Fix an issue with the status effects of Fnatic used by N-Corp identities. Some stuff, Body Sack, E.G.O Heathcliff. Fix an issue with the passive Anui of Faust's E.G.O representation emitter. Just a bunch of fixes here, general stuff. Okay, great to hear. Fixed an issue where generating a defense skill when cancelling it after a turn passed would remove the saved skill. Great. When calculating or an issue effect upon an allied death, an enemy would kill repeatedly activate. Wait, fixed an issue where effects that activate upon an ally's death or enemy kill would repeatedly activate for each of the abnormality's parts in abnormality battle. I think I was subjugated to this when the guy grew the arm. I think that was right. It was that fucking green-armed fucking tentacle man. And you killed one of his parts and it like triggered fucking 7 billion things. I think I was a victim of this one. It was terrible. I still won, but it was terrible. Fix an issue when calculating the incoming damage of a skill. It is now an absolute minimum of 5% of the skill's power value. Fix an issue where E.G.O corrosion occasionally lasted 2 turns during battle. I think I was also witness to this one. Like my guy, what's his name? Not Don Quixote, Sinclair was like in E.G.O corrosion for like 20 fucking minutes. It was terrible. Fix an issue where units' sprites would appear blurry during battle. Fix an issue where UI elements for some parts and abnormalities would be placed in unintended locations. I think that's actually a good fix. Adjusted the timing of effects for certain abnormalities in battles. I believe also they're removing the story implications during an abnormality battle in a mirror dungeon, I believe. Any kind of story animation that might happen, because that's fucking very obnoxious to witness. Fix an issue where the unit info tab could obscure enemy info stages in story dungeons. Good job. Fix an issue where the number of E.G.O shard crates was displayed as 12 when forfeiting a mirror dungeon exploration. Okay. I guess that's more rewarding, but at least it is fixed. Fix an issue where the reward pop-up would appear despite there being no rewards in the mirror dungeon. Okay. Fix an issue with UI when there are 4 or more options for the E.G.O gift selection in the mirror dungeon. And a choice that leads to a battle in the White Gospium event in the mirror dungeon now gives you Sinner power-up instead of the E.G.O gift. Well, here's the thing. The White Gospium fucking blows anyway, so don't take it. Fix the issue where idle dialogues for the face of the company would play while checking the inventory or the battle pass. That's just a unnecessary fix, but fair enough. And the last one, last page, 300 lunacy for the, obviously, compensation, and a bunch of, like, little flavor text here to read. Overall, decent patch notes, that is, but to summarize, is that just the game is going to start functioning a lot more. That's pretty much it. Not much else to it. The game is just going to start functioning more and more standalone. The end. That is all that is about. The characters and everything will start functioning a lot more, and I'm assuming the patch notes after that will also start to function more, and that's pretty much it. But now, to look at the actual source of things, which I'll probably upload as a standalone video, looking at the characters. So, 2 new characters. We have the first one, no, not Teleport, Don Quixote. We'll have a look at that one after. That's an E.G.O. We have Kleinhammer and Corp Heathcliff. I believe this is the English one. So, skill 1, going into this man. Skill 1 inflicts nails next turn on head hit, and then tail hit, inflict bleed on hit, inflict bleed. So you kind of get value. Okay, it's pretty good. You get value no matter what you hit for the first coin. Actually, no matter what you flip, you get some sort of value out of skill 1. So that's pretty good. Does it say power? It doesn't say the power of the skills here, does it? No, it doesn't. And that's a bit annoying, because knowing the power of them is really good as well. Regardless, though, skill 2, 1 coin, clash, win, heal, SP. Head hit inflicts plus coin drop next turn. Plus coin drop? Is that a new thing? Is plus coin drop a new thing that they're adding? Is that a new kind of like a buff slash affix or whatever? Interesting. So you just get one extra coin next turn, maybe? Or maybe your coins are higher value next turn or something? It doesn't say anywhere, does it? Blunt power up, nails. No. A lot of people are asking about plus coin 1, okay. Regardless, let's push on. Skill 3, it's 3 coins. Head hit, deal bonus damage based on damage dealt. Deal damage bonus based on damage dealt. And then another head hit, deal damage bonus on damage dealt. So his skill 3 is probably going to be one of the highest damage dealing abilities, as if you do get a triple skill, a triple heads, the last hit is going to be dealing an egregiously large amount of damage because the previous 2 hits dealt a lot of damage. So N-Corp, Kleinhammer Heathcliff might be one of the best Smash characters in the game. Maybe? Because of this last one, the potential of the damage is incredibly high. But that's pure damage, no support here. But regardless, Bugger, when an ally is defeated, lose SP and gain blunt power up next turn, so you can get more blunt power. And then support passive, rather, that was his first passive, that one. Support passive, one ally with the high speed inflicts additional nails. And obviously nails is just kind of essentially bleed at the start of the next turn. Never seen the plus coin drop. Okay, new system being added, plus coin drop. It would be nice if they elaborated here on the side of the screen, but hey, it is what it is. N-Corp Kleinhammer Heathcliff, honestly, he's probably the same value as N-Corp Middlehammer Rodion, or whatever her name is, right? Kind of the same value. Both solid units to get, nothing bad there. They both have their respective power, and most of Heathcliff's one comes from his skill 3, but also the kind of the neutrality of skill 1. So pretty good, pretty good. Next character, the actual big one, the triple O, the big triple ID, misses the one who grips Faust, who is themed after Chroma, the detestable, but that's neither here nor there. Starting off with skill 1, 2 coin, clash win, target loses SP, so that's a pretty good thing already. And then on hit, inflict nails and inflict bleed. Nails is just bleed after the turn, whilst bleed is on the current turn, so regardless, you're just getting bleed, 2 stacks of bleed, essentially. That's all that is, really. So far, so good. Skill 2, 3 coin, on hit of second coin, or rather, I believe it is second coin, inflict nails, and then next one, hit heads, inflict paralyze, next turn, and then on hit in general, inflict gaze, next turn. Now, what is gaze? Affected units take more damage from pierce and blunt skills for 1 turn. The ally that defeats the marked unit heals sanity. If the ally is from N-Corp, they also gain fanatic next turn. So it's a little bit more fanatic synergy, but in general, just pierce and blunt synergy, which is, I believe, the general premise of all the N-Corp characters. So, as per usual, all the N-Corp characters, if you do have N-Corp, Rodion, Mersault, Heathcliff, and Faust, that is going to be like a pretty optimal team. But if it isn't, then just pierce and blunt skills get boosted by gaze. But then again, also just paralyze on head hit from skill 2 is also really good. And then skill 3, it's a 3 coin, execution, on kill, heal all allies for SP and apply pierce damage up and blunt damage up. So you do have to kill it, but coin 1 on hit inflict nails, coin 2 head hit inflict nails, and then coin 3 deal extra damage if the target has X or more nails. Doesn't say how many nails, but I presume it's going to be like, I presume it's going to be 3 or 4. I presume, because she has 1 nails, 2 nails, 3 nails, 4 nails to apply. So probably 3 nails, so you have to get pretty lucky to get that extra damage bonus. But then again, obviously, if you combo with other characters, you can get that bonus a little bit easier. But I presume it's going to be if the target has 3 or more nails stacks on them, deal more damage. So far, so good. As for the first passive, at the start of the combat phase, heal allies with the lowest SP for SP. If the ally is from N-Corp, also apply Fanatic. That's pretty good. Fanatic is an incredibly good buff, specifically on the N-Corp Rodion. As I think her skill 3, she gets like a 30% damage bonus when in Fanatic, so that could be really good. And also SP healing when just at the lowest, for the lowest SP character, just generally a positive. And then support passive when she's, I think, as a support character, obviously, at the start of the combat phase, heal the ally with the lowest SP for SP. Same thing. If the ally is N-Corp, also apply Fanatic, sorry. Overall, great character. Fine. A lot more finicky than the Heathcliff, obviously, because it's a 3-star ID, so it's going to be a little bit more finicky. But very good. It's a bit more of a support unit, to be quite frank with you, as a lot of SP healing and a lot of damage boosting, right? a lot of that because of the gaze and as well as the execution thing on kill, pierce damage up, and also blunt damage up. So a lot of healing, sorry, not healing, SP healing as well as damage boosting, but probably also some decent damage as well. Like I don't doubt that she'll do decent damage. And also a massive pro here is that skill 2 and 3 are both 3 coin abilities. I wish I could see the actual like damage values, the initial value of, or rather, sorry, the attack power. What do they call it? Attack potency, whatever the hell the fucking coin, the initial value of the skill is. I wish I could see that, but yeah, so far really good. I think that she's fine, and specifically if you combo her with N-Corp characters, 2 of the N-Corp characters right now are 2 stars, so they're not too difficult to get as is, right? So far really good. And then the last thing we'll take a look at for now is the Telepole Don Quijote, which is an E.G.O. I'm not too privy to judging E.G.Os, but we'll just read it. There is, I think, Telepole Heathcliff, so you can, I guess these might work together. So just when you use it, no E.G.O corrosion. On hit, gain charge count, and then heads hit, give charge count to all allies by envy resistance. Oh, sorry, resonance, my bad. Does something. Does absolutely something. I think it's going to be a bit more supportive if you have Telepole Heathcliff, because Telepole Heathcliff does, I think he consumes charge to do damage or deal extra damage, I believe. I think we read that just like 10-20 minutes ago, but I believe that's what Telepole Heathcliff does. So this is going to be more synergistic with that one, so go with that, I guess. But then E.G.O corrosion skill, on hit, gain charge count and rupture. So that's pretty good. And then head hit, give charge count, fragile, and rupture to all allies. Not so good. Not that great. Not amazing. But yeah, it is what it is. The charge count is useful, but the fragile and rupture is not overly useful. You don't really want fragile on your team as you take 10% more damage per stack, I think. Charge count, that'll be good for some ID that lacks charges. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't know, there's not that many that do it, so it's still a very niche thing for now. E.G.O passive at the start of the combat phase, a random ally with charge gains plus envy, absolute resonance divided by 2, I believe. I don't actually know how to fucking read their kind of abbreviations, but I may be slightly dumb though, who knows. And plus charge count. And charge is, well, I guess my fucking what's-her-face does it, right? My Ishmael uses charge. So I guess that would be good for her if I want to use Ishmael, R-Corp Ishmael. That'd be really good there, right? But regardless, it's a very niche thing. Not many characters need charge, so it's like if you have charge characters, use this and use also Telepole Heathcliff, which I believe is a free one from. I don't actually. I don't want to say, or I don't know if it is free or not, but it's from the Battle Pass. So those are fine. And then obviously Rupture is, we all know what the Rupture effect if you play the game is, but enemies take a fixed amount of damage. Really good. I think the patch notes are fine. Freaking fire, man. Freaking fire, dude. They're great. We will probably try to do maybe like a tenner. I'll probably do 1 tenner on this banner. Just because it is like kind of a bleed-oriented like build / thing. Not really super bleed, but I wouldn't mind getting just Heathcliff. I think he'd be fine to get for now. I think I want his skill 3. It seems really good. Other than that, I don't really care. I don't really care for the Faust. She looks attractive, but I'm not too into the character. I'm waiting to get like some sort of other bleed character, some more Kurikumo characters for me personally. The comment basically say it's a W for R Corp. It's a W for R Corp. Okay, for R Corp. What's that one? R Corp, the charge characters. Yes. Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, true. You're absolutely right. So this would be maybe a standard, maybe not a standard. I'm not sure what the right word is, but it would be very good for yeah, for that. Yeah, okay. I can see it myself actually really liking it with Ishmael, to be quite frank with you. Because if I can get my Ishmael to R-Corp Ishmael, that is, obviously to get to 10 charge quicker, that ability almost one-shots an enemy guaranteed all the time. So that is a truthation right there. And that is the patch notes for the 23rd of March for Limbus Company. We're definitely going to be playing the game on the 23rd and playing the new event, kind of spending Ankyphalin, saving Ankyphalin, doing all of our daily and weekly reset stuff on Thursday, because obviously we're just going to be doing that. And also leveling up some of our units, tier 3ing them or whatnot. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun time there. That will be clipped up into a little bit of a patch reading session